So anyway, I was at the point I was in the States, and I come back to this guy. So it ended up being like a 5-6 year relationship, but it was absolutely chaotic. I come back and I'm still smoking weed, and I go to my first rehab. I've been to 4 rehabs.
4.
4.
Okay.
Three of the rehabs were 3-month programs, and then the last one I went to was a 1-year program.
A whole year?
Yes.
So you stay there for that whole year?
You stay there for the whole year. But they implement what they call passes the longer you stay. So like at 4 and 5 months, you go out for a day, then it goes with...
That looks good, eh?
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Let him take that.
Yeah, sure.
So you have passes?
So you have passes, and by the time you're coming out at 12 months, you've been reintegrated into society. So, so I come back and I go to my first rehab. And my first rehab, I came out with the notion that weed is so bad, I'll never smoke it again. It's illegal, and it's the devil's tool. But I was like, you know what? Alcohol is not so bad. You know, Jesus turned water into wine, didn't he? So there was a lot of justification on.
He wasn't doing that on a daily basis, was he?
I mean, he wasn't, and I don't think he was getting drunk at the party either. So I throughout those 3 rehabs, I always maintained that I can control, because I was thinking, okay, I'm just in my early 20s. If I live to, let's say, God willing, 75, and in 50 years I'll never drink. 50 years I'll be going for party after party, and I'm not with soda in my cup. I was like, hell no. You know, I was not for it. And so I always held on to the fact that, you know, I can just have a glass of wine, or I can just have... But that was always the breeding ground for everything else to come in.
Because you're still consuming, kind of. So
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when you're drunk, you don't make good decisions. So, you know, I would have the resolve of, you know, I'm not going to smoke weed, but I get really drunk. Somebody has a blunt, and the cycle
and then
continues.
Now you smoke and drink.
Because everything I said when I was sober, when I'm drunk, I'm just like, you know, it's not so bad. It's not the worst thing that could ever happen. You know. And so I found myself in a position where I would be sober for a few months, relapse, sober for a few months, relapse, you know, or drink for a few months, go back.